Hello and welcome to Unique Takes Wrestling. I'm your host, Coleman Maddox. Today we're going to be going over Crown Jewel 2024 and all the results that came with it. So we're going to start out with the first match of the night. That was the OG Bloodline versus Bloodline 2.0. For a lot of people, they thought that the original Bloodline was going to take the victory here, but it ended up being Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and Tama Tonga taking the win. With Roman Reigns taking the pin in that match after an interference from Sami Zayn and Tonga Loa. Then we're going to move on to the Fatal 4-Way Women's Tag Team Championship match that consisted of Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill versus Piper Niven and Chelsea Green versus Damage Control versus Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson or Metaphor. In that, it was a great match. A lot of offense on all sides. And Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill did retain their tag team championships and came out with the victory. Then we're going to move on to the United States Championship triple threat match. It was LA Knight versus Carmelo Hayes versus Andrade. In that match, there was a lot of offense, a lot of good moves from everybody, but LA Knight did come out with the victory, he pinning Carmelo Hayes in the process. We move on now to the match that a lot of people were waiting for and were hoping that would happen. Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. That match actually never did get started at all. Before the bell rang, Randy Orton and Kevin Owens got an altercation on the ramp. Turned into them going into the ring and hitting moves on each other, hitting moves on referees and general managers, and it turned into a real chaotic situation. So that match never did get started, never finished. So there was no winner, no loser. We move on now to the match between Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed. This one was kind of a toss-up. No one really knew who was going to go in, get the victory, come out with the win. But Seth Rollins did end up getting the 1-2-3 at the end of the match. After the match finished, Bronson Reed did get up and start looking at Seth Rollins, saying that he wants another match, so be prepared to see that in the future. We go on to the Women's Crown Jewel Championship. It was Liv Morgan, the Raw, or I should say the Women's World Champion, versus Nia Jax, the Women's WWE Champion. Liv Morgan did come out with the victory at the end of that. It was a great, hard-fought match, but due to interference with the Judgment Day, Liv Morgan did win the match. And then for the last match of the night, the main event, it was Cody Rhodes versus Gunther for the Men's Crown Jewel Championship. Cody Rhodes, obviously the WWE Champion, and Gunther, the World Heavyweight Champion. Cody Rhodes came out with the victory after a long and hard-fought match. It was a very good match. There was a lot of technical wrestling, a lot of hard-hitting chops from Gunther. But in the end, Cody did come out with the win, and that was the show. So I appreciate you guys tuning in and listening to me talk for 3 minutes about this, but that was the show. Thank you very much.